Hello everyone, my name is the Mad Scorpion, and I want to take a moment to kind of look in retrospect on the timeline of both randomly rolled and crafted exotics, and see if we can identify the missing piece of the puzzle together that Bungie has promised in the past, but has not given us back. Now, during the year of Beyond Light, we received during Season of the Hunt the exotic mission of Harbinger, that was the return of the exotic hand cannon Hawkmoon to Destiny 2. This was the first of its kind because it was a transformative exotic. What that meant, it didn't have an exotic perk that was unique to that gun, it had a perk that was randomly pulled from the perk pool to make sense and boost the effectiveness of that exotic in ways we haven't seen before, and also allowed for customization because you could customize it to your own playstyle. The same could be said of the Dead Man's Tale exotic scout rifle that released in the following season of the Chosen. Random mission, random rolled exotics, barrels, magazines, stocks, as well as a random perk that could be selected in the mid style. You could select it for your playstyle, whether you wanted more handling, more range, or more damage. In the end, that was pretty much the end of the transformative exotics, as we did get the Ergo Sum in the final shape, which did have a random rolled exotic perk, but it was random rolled exotic perks pulled from random weapons. Technically still a random rolled exotic, but you get what I mean. Down the line with the Witch Queen, the class glaives were introduced, which were craftable officially, but the only thing you could change about them was stat changes with the glaive pull arms, the mags, the stock. Basically, you could just adjust the stats a little bit here and there. And the same could be said with the Osteo Striga, which released, and it did get a catalyst with it in addition, but you could just only change mags, barrels, perks, and slightly tweak the stats how you wished. Still customizable to a playstyle, but very limited. Further down the line, though, we got things like the Revision 0 and Season of the Seraph, which was fully customizable, fully craftable, and fully pickable for your perks. You had a set of perks that you could pick whether or not you wanted more ammo on repeat precision hits with 4 times the charm, more plain damage on Vorpal, or just a little bit more handling and mobility for the Crucible with something like Moving Target. You could adjust barrels, mags, stocks, and a customization catalyst. Pick your playstyle how you wish. And the same can be said for the Vexcalibur glaive that came with Season of Defiance, as well as the Wishkeeper bow during Season of the Wish, and the Choir of One auto rifle from the episode of Echoes that was released fairly recently, all released fully craftable, fully customizable. Now, sometimes during Season of the Witch in the Year of Lightfall, we got the return of both Presage and the Vox Obscura exotic missions into Destiny 2 with the exotic mission rotators that made Dead Man's Tale and the Dead Messenger both fully craftable. You had a selectable exotic perk that could allow you to pick and choose your playstyle how you wanted these weapons to act, as long as you grinded out the mission and got access to the various patterns and unlocks. And from that point, during the Into the Light expansion before the final shape, we got the rebrand of both the Whisper exotic missions and the 0 Hour exotic missions. These released some of the best guns into the craftable pool, with Whisper the Worm, which is still a top tier DPS, sustained DPS damage king, as well as Outbreak Perfected, which has always been a solid pick for PvP, PvE, anything you could put it into, you could make it work. And the same could be exactly said after it got its change in craftable with things like rewind rounds, rapid hit, outlaw. It is just peak options for craftable exotics. Now, those are the most recent releases in terms of that. But what is missing that you might note? Now, during a This Week in Destiny update, which I was pressed to find but unfortunately could not, there was a Twid post that basically said that we will be returning the Presage and Vox Obscura missions into Destiny 2, and Harbinger with Hawkmoon would return at a future date. It has been a future date for many a time now. They re-released Outbreak Perfected and Whisper the Worm before they even got to Hawkmoon, which honestly confuses me. I get priorities are here and there, codename Frontiers, and you can hear the disdain in my voice saying codenames after my latest video. Basically, there's been a lot going on, I get, but Hawkmoon's mission was one of those ones that seems so easy to reintroduce, because it is not in a vaulted location, it is in the area right behind my Guardian, as well as just the fact that Hawkmoon is a simple exotic. Even if you just make it craftable, if you keep its perks the way it was, maybe update a few, there is a lot could be done with such a simple but powerful exotic. So that is basically the summary of what I wanted to say, is that Hawkmoon was promised some time ago, and we have not gotten it, and there has been no word of its return since it was mentioned. But that, again, was all I wanted to really mention, just bring that to people's attention. Hopefully Bungie sees this and remembers that Hawkmoon exists. With that, my name is the Mad Scorpion, and I will see you in the next video.